Please watch the video until the end. Every second matters to understand what I found. Chapter 1. The tape. I work with old footage. People send me boxes of tapes, hard drives, things they found in attics or behind walls. I earn a living restoring images, but I also chase stories. The one I want to tell started with a cheap DV cassette mailed by a woman named Elise. She wrote only 2 lines on the envelope. I couldn't watch. Please help. I met her once in a coffee shop. She had that look, hollow and jittery. She didn't press me to open it. She left the room and never came back. The tape labeled Recovered was glitchy from the start. The footage showed flickering corridors and the steady beep of a camcorder. A shaky crew walked the halls of an abandoned hospital at night. They joked through most of it until the laughter snapped off, like an unseen hand cut a wire. The tape ended with a smear of darkness and a voice whispering, "Don't look back." My name is Mark. I decide things the hard way. I examined the tape frame by frame, cleaned the audio, and found a date scrawled in a corner. 5 years earlier. There were no credits, no names. Just the same hospital sign appearing briefly, Willowbrook Psychiatric Center. It matched missing person reports I had read months before. One name kept coming up connected to the footage. Jonah. He had gone in and never come out. Every online forum that mentioned the tape warned, "Don't follow it." That warning ignited the part of me that needed to know. Chapter 2. The plan. Elise refused to go back. She said the hospital wasn't empty, and that the cameras in those old videos had eyes of their own. I wasn't sure whether to believe her, but a cold fact sat like a stone in my gut. People had disappeared around Willowbrook. Families posted videos, police notes, and grainy security stills, all pointing to something inside the walls. I recruited 2 friends, Sarah, who knows electronics like a surgeon, and Miguel, who never says no to a dare. We made a plan simple enough for a night. Enter the building, find where the original tape was shot, set up cameras, and document evidence. I told them the mission would be quick. I told myself the same thing. We drove at dusk. Willowbrook squatted against the horizon, its windows like blank eyes. The main gate had been cut, and the path to the front door had become a maze of weeds. The air smelled of rust and old medicine. As we slipped past the lobby, our lights cut across peeling tiles and faded murals of sunny gardens. It felt wrong, like a smile painted over a bruise. Chapter 3. The first night. We set up 3 cameras, one at the entrance, one following the main corridor, and a handheld on my shoulder. At first, the place behaved. Our radios crackled with music, and our steps echoed. Then the first sign appeared. A nurse's chart on the floor with a name scratched off. We found a room where the furniture had been ransacked, drawers emptied as if their owners had been pulled out mid-search. Around midnight, the lights began to flicker. The corridor camera recorded a long, slow slide of dark across the walls. In the footage, shadows stretched like oil spreads on water. Miguel swore he'd heard a child's laughter. Sarah said she felt cold, not the kind that comes from the night outside, but the kind that comes from being looked at. We reached the ward from the tape. The place matched exactly. A rusted mural of a sun, a long table scarred by cigarette burns. A camera lay half buried beneath a pile of old patient files. My hands were steady until they touched it. The camera's lens had been cracked, and in the playback we found a new clip we hadn't seen before. A short segment of whispering in a voice that seemed both male and female, repeating "stay" like a mantra. Chapter 4. The door. We followed a hallway that the tape had shown only as a dark blur. It led to a heavy metal door, painted once with institutional green. The lock was bent but not broken. On the other side, the air felt older, thicker. It smelled like medicine and paper and something else I couldn't name. Our footsteps made a different sound there, softer, as if the floor were padded with something alive. Inside were rooms arranged like cells. Each had a small window at shoulder height and bolts on the doors that could trap a hand. On each bed lay a folded blanket and a pair of shoes, as if someone had left in a hurry and always planned to return. One room had a child's drawing pinned to the wall, a son and a small figure with too many arms. When we touched the paper, the ink bled like it was still wet. Then the door behind us closed. There was no wind. It closed with a slow, definite click that made our bones go quiet. We pushed and pulled. The handle didn't move. Our radios gave only static. In the camera, we could hear ourselves breathe. Then a new noise, a humming under the static, like someone tuning a radio to a station that played one long, low note. Chapter 5. The Mirrors. We searched for another exit and found a small room lined with mirrors. The glass was old and warped. Our reflections came back wrong, slower, delayed, slightly out of step. At first it felt like a trick of light. Then Sarah pointed to my reflection. Her voice was a knife. "Mark, look." My reflection raised its hand behind my head, but my hand was still by my side. The image smiled a little, and when I blinked it did not blink. Miguel slammed his palm against the glass. My reflection did not move. Instead, the space behind the glass darkened, like a shape moving out of the mirror's field of view. We broke mirrors with the backs of our shoes until the room filled with shards. The sound was loud, crystal cries that seemed to draw shadows closer. In the footage from that night, our faces blur when we destroy the glass, and a figure appears in the broken pieces, pale, too thin, and standing very still. When Miguel later watched the playback alone, he told me the figure's eyes were wrong. They were empty, not black, just like someone cut circles out, he said. Something started to knock now, softly at first, against the other side of the metal door. It grew in rhythm. 3 slow taps, a pause, then 3 taps again. It sounded like steps counting time. Chapter 6. The Exit. We found our way back to the door when dawn began to color the windows with weak light. The knocking had stopped. The lock was open now, though none of us remembered unlocking it. Outside, the hospital felt the same as before, but there were new footprints in the dust, small and hurried. We left cameras running as we moved, a habit I had developed to prove the parts one could later not remember. On the main stairwell, we discovered a small shrine made of patient tags and Polaroids. Jonah's name was scratched on one of the tags. His last photograph, the one where he was smiling and holding a camera, had been cut in half. On the back of the other half, in handwriting that was both shaky and deliberate, was a message. "You see us. We see you." We didn't sleep on the way home. None of us spoke much. The tape we recovered that night has 3 angles where something watches the camera from the dark corners and then steps forward, as if testing the world outside its room. On the last segment, the frame goes to static, and a single set of words repeats over and over in a voice that sounds like both a child and an old woman. "Stay with us. Stay with us." I came back to my studio and set the footage to loop. Sometimes I think the voice is trying to tell me where to look next. Sometimes I think the cameras I had been stolen and is now used to collect people. I began to understand why Elise couldn't watch. She had glimpsed the part that is not on tape, the way the hospital reaches out and chooses. She had seen the exit close for good. The story did not end for us. Sarah stopped sleeping. She says mirrors refuse to disappear from her dreams. Miguel insists he hears the 3 taps in his apartment at night. My own reflection sometimes smiles before I do. I keep the tape in a drawer that I lock, but last week I found it on my table, ejected from the player, rewound to the moment the figure steps forward. I thought about burning it. I thought about handing it to the police. But the screen keeps calling me. There's a part of me that believes if I follow the frames long enough, I can find where Jonah went and bring him back. There's also the part that knows some doors open only to let others through. If you watch the footage, watch every second. Don't blink when the image changes. If you ever find a hospital painted over with cheerful suns where the walls were meant to keep you calm, do not go inside. And if you hear 3 slow knocks, count them, and do not answer. If you like this story, please subscribe to the channel, activate notifications, give the video a like, leave a comment, and share the video.